Hello everyone, welcome in. So today, I'm going to do a reading in regards to your spirit guides, so your guides in this life. And it's going to be a message that maybe you keep missing that they're sending you. So it's just a message that you need to hear as well. So we're going to pick some piles. I see one for sure. Okay. One more. Okay. All right, let's have a look at the cards you have today. Okay, so for pile number 1, you have the clear quartz, psychic abilities, enhanced intuition, mental clarity, and magnified energy. For pile 2, you have blue kyanite, connecting with animals, telepathic ability, finding your true path, and finding clarity. Okay. For pile 3, you have water with emotional, intuition, psychic powers, and healing. And for pile number 4, you have the titanium rainbow quartz with awakening all chakra, ultimate manifestation, vibrancy, powerful shift. All right. So these are going to be your piles for today's reading. Remember, this is a reading from your guides, maybe that you keep missing, or maybe they just want to share another message through to you today. So what I'll do is I'll leave timestamps down below. You can go straight to your video. Otherwise, I'll be around next for the shuffling process, so stick around for that. Otherwise, I will leave you to pick your piles. Hello everyone, welcome to the shuffling process. So really interesting with the ones that are coming out. A lot of quartz, as you can see. Little element coming through too, which is interesting because we're still in Pisces season. So kind of cool, I like this. But we'll see what comes through today. And I just love that we have these kind of more fluid blues, clear colors. And then bam, we've got the titanium rainbow quartz coming out. So something a bit more vibrant. All right, so a message for each pile that they are missing. A message from their guides. A message from your spirit guides. Okay. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a reading today, but I felt like I was definitely being called to do one. And then I wasn't given a clear answer of what kind of reading it would be for a while. We finally got to a point where I was like, yes, this one. I was like, okay, let's go. So the cards were actually picked. So the decks were picked before the question was picked, because I had a one in mind, and then just all of a sudden, before I was about to press record, it switched, which is, it's fine. It's just surprising. But hopefully everyone's been doing well. I know that the collective generally have been going through a lot. A lot of people are kind of not really being tested, let's say, but just pushed in a direction to kind of like make a decision whether you're going to stay, progress and go like left, right, middle, that kind of thing. So it's been interesting. Okay, for the collective. Message from your spirit guides that you may have missed. And look, sometimes that's fine to miss messages, because we get a lot of information coming through at once. So it's hard for us to decipher things when we can't always see clearly who's delivering it, what they're delivering. Does it feel right? Is it our spirit guides? Is it something else? There's lots of questions you have to kind of flick through to see what is true and what is not, basically. Message from everyone's spirit guides that they may have missed. Okay, I'm giving these two. Which kind of makes sense because I also stream on Twitch and I've been getting some interesting informational characters coming through, and I feel like, no matter what you say, and I don't try to push any ideals or anything like that, but you don't like to see people get stuck in energy traps like light worker traps. So if you're a light worker, you may already know that sometimes some sites will look like, hey, we support each other, blah, 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 but there might be something more malicious, either scams, taking money, trying to get money out of people, or even draining their energy, just draining them of their kind of life force, let's say. So I feel like you don't want to miss any messages if they are coming through. This is why I'm just clicking right now as to why my guides really wanted to put this through. So it's making sense why this reading is important for today's read. All right, and I am going to put it out there before today, so within the next 12 hours. Yeah, I'd say I'd get it done in the next 12 hours. Okay, I think these are shuffled enough. So, message from everyone's spirit guides that they need to hear. I think we've got the 3 here. Okay. All right, and the tarot cards. So I'm going to read these all upright. I'm pretty sure they already are. So what does the collective need to know? A message they may be missing from their spirit guides. Nope. Oh, this one. Okay. All right, last ones. Okay, so what do the collective need to hear from their spirit guides? A message that they may be missing. This one was moving. Okay, there we go. I don't know what it is, but I feel like one pile has done a lot of work in the last few days. So they might be feeling really good. So I feel like there's a fun pile, let's say. But all the piles will have messages that you'll need to hear. If you are called to all of them, feel free to watch them all. Otherwise, you can skip to your reading just below. Oh, where'd it go? Oh. Blended in too well, I couldn't see it. But yeah, here are your piles for today's reading. So like I said, drag the little cursor thingy down below across, otherwise you will see your timestamps and the information box. So take care of yourself and I'll see you in your reading. Hello, pile number 1. So today you've chosen the clear quartz with the message psychic abilities, enhanced intuition, mental clarity, magnified energy. So really cool card. Really like a power up. That's how it feels right now. It's just like a little bit of a power up and like fog clearing. Okay, don't know why I was going to try shuffling them. All right, so let's take a look at your your oracle first. You have the Believe card, the force that works through your soul, determining what's possible or impossible, the difference between success over failure, and above all, who you are is the power of your belief. I love it. All right. Okay. You've also got Skunk Spirit, Know Your Worth. It did come out reversed. There is like a slight different message with this, but I'm going to take a look at the card and just see with the rest of the, all the cards that come through today. Let's move this down a bit. You've got Crown Chakra Upgrade, Divine Connection, Holy Experiences, Miraculous Energy. Really cool. It does really look like you're starting to get it. I don't know what that means. We'll see. But it's like it's starting to click in. You're becoming aware of yourself, and that is prompting you to start believing in yourself. It feels like this crown chakra upgrade is like the information is really starting to flow through you smoothly. Blocks are being cleared. And those blocks aren't just being cleared because someone else is doing it. You're doing the work. You've done this. Okay. Woo. Okay. Aspen Spirit with courage. Love it. Strength bringing change. And you also have flow. Yeah, like I said, right next to the crown chakra, the information is starting to flow through. Okay. Really cool. All right, so let's take a look at your tarot. So you have the Fool card, really nice. Especially with all these like things in the background, like the rainbow, the pencil, the eye, the fire. It's like what drives you, what inspires you, what creativity, what seeing clearly, things coming uncovered. You also have the Judgment card. Okay, interesting. You also have the Emperor. Okay. And you also have the Nine of Cups. Wow, really nice. Okay, so what do I see for you, pile number 1? Straight away, really exciting energy. The reason why I say that is know your worth. It's starting to really be like, hang on, why do I tolerate this? Why do I put up with this? Why do I what am I doing? Like just why? Questioning your own decisions, questioning things like that. And that's okay because we can always grow from reviewing our own choices, our own paths, our etc., and starting to stand up. And like I said, I feel like you've done the work though. You've got to this point from the work you've done. So your guides are really saying, okay, well, you've got it. You're letting it flow, and the information starting to come through and flow, because like this upgrade almost sounds like, I don't believe people are androids, but like you're like a robot, and you're getting a system upgrade, right? And it's the crown chakra, so it's like the I don't know, motherboard or whatever. It's like I don't think this is right because I don't really know computers that well, but it's like the information now, instead of being blocked or channeling through slowly, is moving through smoothly. It's flowing in. It is uncovering things that you believed about yourself, or maybe that you thought were, true. And it's okay to change what's your reality, your thoughts and ideas, right? It's part of growth. I do feel like this area, this really does feel like, I'm going to pick it up. But the Judgment card is a little bit different to, like they say, the normal, because it looks like they're kind of hiding away because of the comments or, you know, sometimes even if the comments aren't directed at you, it'll be like a community that's kind of being picked on or being targeted, and so it's just giving you like a bad or feeling negative towards other groups, or not even that, just like the world. You can just feel like, oh, this is too hard, there's too much to like change in this world, how are we going to change it? But that's okay, because you're starting to realize that you can only do what you can do, right? You're starting to see what you can work with, who you can work with. These little pink ones, it's like these are the little nuggets out there that, you know, these are your people, the group, the star family, or the people who resonate or on the same vibration, because whatever vibration you're on, you can always help people that are around you in some sort of way. There can be a lot of bogged down energy, right? A lot of like a lot of stuff, a lot of information coming through. But with your crown chakra, you're able to filter out what resonates and what doesn't, what's true and what isn't. It's like your guides are saying you're starting to wake up in some sense. Just bringing in that belief. I do love the Nine of Cups, especially this one, because it's all about wishes coming true, dreams coming true. This can be as big or as small as whatever you've been looking towards or growing towards. So this might not be exactly the end goal, but it's a milestone. It's a point where you can stop and celebrate. It's going to bring more stability and structure. This feels like, you know, you're not going to let others or outside world impact who you are. You're not going to let it, you know, it's going to happen from time to time, but you're going to pick up on it quicker and be like, no, I trust in what I'm delivering, what I'm doing, what I believe in. And I'm going to use that to support others while I also support myself and build towards what I want, towards my passion with the Fool. It's really dependent on who you are, where you're at, because if you're looking for, you know, inspiration for writing, if you're looking for, even with the cherries, it's just like luck. It almost makes me think of like luck, those little ticket things. I don't know if they had them, but where I grew up in New Zealand, they had these little machines, and you open the thing, and if you get 3 cherries or whatever bells, you get, you know, money. But you know, what drives you? What are you looking towards? Maybe you are looking at your abilities and you're starting to get parts or portions of them. Because no one wakes up and they're like, oh yeah, I can do this. You know, it doesn't happen overnight. It would be like going to school to be a nurse or something, and then being like, oh yeah, I just want to do a 1-day course to be a nurse. You know, it takes time. It takes flow. Like it takes time to learn. It's not flow exactly. Like you have to do the work, right? To be a nurse, you have to do all the practical, the methodology, the study. But it doesn't have to be as like forceful with this particular situation. It's just what feels natural, what feels right. Start it. Step into your power, your strength. This feels like a strong emperor kind of base, like stability. Interesting with the rams here. Maybe some of you are Aries, I'm not sure. I think something's coming up in Aries. Is it a new moon? I don't know, but there's something here, maybe in the new moon, and the moon here. Yeah, start what you want to do. You can start planning it now, but also put that intention out there. Your manifestation skills are kind of magnified here, this magnified energy. It's not just manifestation, it's like the action as well. Like lots of things, the thoughts, the feelings, the action. It's not something that you have to force, something you have to move through. This does also feel like challenges, right? Starting something new is a challenge. They see that. This is not, they're not saying everything's going to be smooth and simple, but the information you're getting is going to be clear. You're getting clear information. Maybe you've missed that kind of tick from your guides saying, yes, you can go for it. It's up to you, of course, because you have free will, right? They're just there to support what you go through, which path you choose. They're there to help you redirect it or continue on that path to your goal. But it does feel like you're going towards a dream, like something you've enjoyed, something you really wanted. And you're getting that understanding with the Judgment card. The Judgment card's kind of like a eureka moment, but it shows from a lot of challenges, or maybe not a lot, but through difficulty, through shadow periods, through the hard stuff, let's say, and it's finally coming to a point where you can move forward with it. You might have already been on a particular path, right? This doesn't have to be something brand new, but it's like that wall or that block has been removed, and it's like something's changed within you. Besides the crown chakra upgrade, something's changed in your surroundings, your environment, and that's allowed you to be able to continue this path and journey. The little dove here as well, I can't remember my Hebrew, but I'm pretty sure that says Elohim, and I can't remember if that's God, Elohim, or him, or something like that. But it does feel like this is something that's definitely to provide peace and bring it's like bringing something back together, if that makes sense. Like if it's an old idea, it's bringing that back together to start working on again. If it's like a connection, it's reconnecting with that person. It's going to be very specific for each person. I normally say that sometimes things cross off, but this one's really like you're knowing your worth, you're understanding who you are, and believing in your own soul power, let's say. It's time to begin that. Manifest if you want to around the new moon. You can start doing stuff whenever you want. This is your reading, right? This is your message. So continue working towards that goal. But I feel like we've got a time frame. It's like not exactly a time frame, but like a next step. You can start doing this now, obviously, but start working towards that new moon in Aries. I'm pretty sure it's in Aries. If I'm wrong, someone will tell me, but it just feels right. And also, I was just looking at the book while I was trying to see what the meaning for the skunk spirit being reversed, and the song playing just really ties in it. And with this, it's like you've got the love. It's like a remix, so it's not the original, but yeah, you've got the power. And if you're thinking and feeling from your heart space, then you're already on the right path. Don't question it. You've already got the clarity. You've got it. You've got the love. You've got the power to start doing or shifting or changing some aspect of your life, whether that's personal relationships, etc., dreams, passions, abilities, whatever it is. Okay, I do want to read this as well because I just think it's a really pretty, it's a really nice message. So it says, not everyone will appreciate you. Many people have issues of their own to address, and you may trigger something in them. But if so, no matter. Skunk Spirit calls you to be fully yourself, without apology. I believe as well. Now is the time for honesty and admitting that something does not sit right for you. You deserve the self-respect that comes when you courageously choose to stand up for yourself and speak your truth in love. Just with the song coming on, stand up for what else do I say? Remember who you are and what really matters to you. And act with integrity. You will be so glad you did. You've got the love. Okay, it's just stuck in my head because it keeps playing. But it's just so interesting that it was like, yeah, you've got it. You've got the energy. I don't know what else to say for you, pile number one. But it's time to start standing strong and start doing. Like you've built yourself up to the emperor point. You've got to that point. So now the next step is to take the fool's journey. I know it's not exactly how the fool's journey goes, but it's like you're in your power. So now it's starting to move towards what you believe in, what calls to you. But really taking in consideration what you've gone through as well. You've learned stuff on your path to where you are right now. Now it's time to stand up and believe in yourself, because that's where the miracles will come through. The dreams, the goals, the gifts of those of the work you've done. You deserve it. I'm so hype, but I do want to. I just want to sit in the energy. But I believe that's what I see for you today. So I'm going to leave your reading there. Well done. Good work. Obviously, there's something you want to start. Go for it. But that's what I see for your reading today. If you've enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any content. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next reading. And yeah, take care of yourself. Hello, pile number 2. So today you have chosen the blue Kyanite. It has the message of connecting with animals, telepathic abilities, finding your true path, and finding clarity. Alright, let's see how this plays into your cards today. Go into your reading. Oh, okay. You have Hello from Heaven. This talks about loved ones sending you signs, messages, which is interesting because this is a message from your guides too that you might be missing. Maybe it's a message from your ancestors, pile number 2. Also, just now with connecting with animals, I know some people, I mean, we've got animals here, right? But some people do get animals sent to them from loved ones, which is so interesting. So yeah, maybe, you know, your family will visit with certain butterflies or birds or, you know, what have you. Okay, I'll wait till all the cards are out before I get into the reading. Ooh, so interesting. I was thinking, okay, so you've got Rabbit Spirit with Now is a Lucky Time. The reason why I was like, oh, that's interesting is because, not just because the rabbit talks about abundance, which is great. This is why it's lucky. But also what I was thinking and seeing was I remember watching someone on Twitch who used to do medium readings, and they were talking to a family member for someone else, and I was just watching, and they were saying, oh yeah, they keep sending rabbits. Is that, you know, this person? They confirmed it, and it's just, and the rabbit pops up. So maybe that's you. Maybe you're the one getting something like that, like an animal. Okay. All right, so you've got Halls of Amenti, Initiation, Secrets Revealed, Treasures Uncovered, Initiations. Yeah, you've gone through a bit of a shift and change, which is interesting because finding your true path and clarity now feels right with this. You might have even uncovered some abilities with the telepathic abilities in the Kyanite. Yeah, Treasures Uncovered. Yeah, something that you've learned, but you have learned it through the challenges. You haven't just been given this gift. You've actually earned this through the hard work you've done, or through the challenges that have appeared and you've had to, you know, work through it. All right. You've got Refuge, so very nice. You also have Embracing. Yeah, you've gone through some stuff. You've been through, you know, Embracing is almost like a stoic, it's just reminding me of like a knight or something who's not in battle, but is kind of just sitting there holding ground or holding their spot like a sentry, you know what I mean? They don't move. Kind of like you've been through a lot without asking for it, almost. Yeah, okay. Have a look at your tarot. I was trying not to read already, but I was getting too much stuff through and I don't want to miss out on, you know, providing something that your guides want you to know. You have the Four of Cups, okay. You have the Nine of Cups, really nice. So through the hard stuff, through the emotional stuff, the emotional waves, you're getting your dream. From what you've worked on, so through the challenges that have come through to you and been presented to you, you're like, you know, your initiation, your past, you've got it. Four of Wands, nice. And you've got the Tower card. Okay, makes sense. So what do I see for you, pile number 2? Look, I do see there's been some challenges. Your guides, and because it's like Hello from Heaven, I do feel like you have seen signs, you've been given signs, and they're trying to communicate this message of, you know, they see, if this is ancestors and guides or ancestors, because just this card is reminding me of ancestors for some of you. But it's like you've got this time to pause, this refuge to, regardless of what's happening around you, to wait until the sun rises in this case, until this has like a raindrop with a little unicorn, it looks like, in there. It's like until you've got clarity on what you're creating and what you're wanting. It's a good time. It's like this is lucky because you're being given the space to pause, as much as you can, right? Regardless of what's happening around you. Like there's still work and family and etc. etc. But take this as a win because you are going through some kind of initiation. I will say it may create this kind of tower moment, but it's almost like a tower moment, or because something's not working, right? This tower was just one little strike, it feels like. And if the tower falls over, or if your house falls over from someone pushing on it, and the whole house falls down, then there was some issues there, right? There's something that needed changing. It is in line with your dream. It is in line with where you want to be and where you see yourself, because this is a card of dreams coming true, things like that. But it's like, I don't know if this one is necessarily the people around you are just not, you're starting to shift and change, right? You've gone through an initiation and you're like, if this is spiritual, you're kind of changing, and the people around you or the things that you enjoyed before are changing as well because you're growing and evolving. And so that can be hard because you want to bring everyone through with you, but you can't force anyone to awaken, you know what I mean? You can't force anyone to just come through with you. Has to be slow, has to be mindful of how you want to progress, I want to say. Whether this is with regards to abilities, like skills. And when I talk about abilities, I don't just mean psychic abilities or something like that. It could be like what you're trying to evolve in your artistry or in your creativity, something like that. But take the win. I do feel like this is not really a calm before the storm exactly, but it's like maybe because the tower is a tower, right? It's the one that's upheaval, but it does feel like an upheaval that even though the tower is normally about an upheaval that's unexpected, this feels expected, like it's something needs to occur. It's just like you don't want to be stuck here. You don't want to keep yourself emotionally stuck because this is all about emotions. But coming back to this one, it's like the next step after the Four of Wands is the challenge. Enjoy the win and where you are and how you're moving through your life path or your path, because the next step is going to have more challenges coming through. Not something that is going to be hard though, like I don't want to like sugarcoat it. It just feels more like the tower is a shift and change that you wanted to get to here, but you can't get to here through dodging or trying to weave a different line to get there. It's something that has to be faced head on, and it's a lucky time. So it's like it does, and you got the Four of Wands, so it's a good thing. It's just scary, I guess. I guess that's the message. But your guides are supporting you through this. Trust in your intuition. If you're getting intuitive hits, trust that, because you're starting to understand more about who you are, your path, your soul journey. More of that's coming through. And it comes through with the challenging times, right? There's always like challenges and then respite and boons, let's say. So challenge, respite, boons. Challenge, rest and recovery. And then the gifts from that change. Whether it's seen straight away or not, sometimes like, for example, a breakup never feels like, like that was great. You know what I mean? It's a challenge. It's a challenge that we have to move through and then process, go through the grieving process, let's say, and then get to a point where we can learn and grow and then reevaluate where we want to go. Sometimes those kind of situations give us clarity for our true path and where we see ourselves in the future. I do want to see more of what this tower will bring, because I feel like, I don't know if some of you are like, oh, it's a tower, but I feel like some of you are like, yeah, this is what I wanted, like this tower. So I just want to have a look. I feel like I'll pull out some more cards. Just in regards to this tower, because I feel like this is after all this. Or you've already gone through this. So I just want to see more of this, the message from the tower, please. Okay, so you have opportunities. Yep, opportunities even though it's dark. And wonders. Okay, nice. So while they're still kind of shadowy, right? You have to go through this kind of period to open up the doors that lead to this. That lead to these, can't grab it now, but that lead to this exciting, kind of relaxing and high feeling, like this good space, the Nine of Cups. But also it uncovers more, like these secrets. I don't know what this is about exactly, but there's something that's personal and like, not just personal, but like very, like a piece of your soul has been uncovered to you. It's almost like you're being invited to see this piece of your soul that maybe past lives never got the opportunity because you've got to a certain point. It's not like you're better, right? It's just you've got to a certain point where this is now something for you. Something for you to enjoy. You've created it through the hard work that you've done, but also through the challenges that have been thrusted upon you, if you want to, lack of a better word. But yeah, it's going to open up doors. Sometimes they won't be able to be seen though, because it's like the moon. I feel like the moon coming up in Aries, or the next new moon, it's going, just even with the last reading, it's kind of picking up that there's something new coming up that's will be interesting, or that you can start manifesting because it's new opportunities, right? So that's coming through. Okay. That's really where I see it. I feel like it's going to help you stabilize or balance some emotional feelings from what's occurred maybe last year, this year, maybe way before. But it does feel like it's a time to take some mindfulness, let the things play out, and just wait until you feel the urge to move forward or to deal with this tower moment. I don't know if you initiate this. It's going to be different for everyone. But whatever it is, it's going to open up wonders, opportunities to the things you want with these two cards. Okay, and that's exactly what I see. Remember, lucky time, rabbit spirit, abundance. It's getting what you want and what you deserve from life. Okay, and that's what I see. So thank you very much for being here. If you've enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any content. Otherwise, take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, pile number 3. So today you have chosen the water card with emotional, intuition, psychic powers, and healing. So this is really interesting because I feel like there's a lot of psychic kind of messages coming through, and especially when the premise or the intention for the reading is about a message from your guides that you've missed, right? So it really feels like trusting what you've got. Maybe you already do have psychic abilities, but you don't believe it or don't feel like you do. Well, you do. You're getting the messages anyway. So we'll have a look exactly what's come through. You have support. This really talks about people coming into your life as well, but there's something with this egg, something that's been cared for and cradled and looked after, like a child or something like that. You also have the porcupine spirit with time for a beginner mind. Yep, something new's coming through, and you've got to, it's like new information's come through, and now you have to kind of not start exactly at square one, but you have to take a step back and be like, oh, I'm not the expert because the roof or the ceiling has lifted, right? So now there's more, which is exciting, but it's a bit of a shift. You have a sacred inner space with sacral chakra, tenderness, and sensuality. So interesting with the porcupine, because I was thinking like spiky defense kind of thing. And now it's like opening up and becoming a little bit vulnerable. You have the bee spirit with prosperity. Yep, very nice. And you have the enlightenment card. Really nice. Okay, so it's not just up there, like it's not just your higher kind of self information or growth. It's also stuff from Earth and also above, like it's both. That's how it's feeling. Could be just a complete understanding too. We'll have a look at all the cards first. So you've got the Tower card coming through. I feel like a lot of people have already gone through these Tower card moments. Another pile had the Tower card in this deck, obviously, because they don't double up. But yeah, there's like, it's either a Tower moment that you initiate or that you need to change or want to adjust, let's say. Something that you feel like you deserve. You're not getting the support maybe from the people around you. Or you're being, like, I feel like some people have been cradled, like it's been babied almost. And now it's time to step out and, live. But I feel like a majority, it's like you don't feel like you have the support around you. You're going to get that. It's like you're getting the sacred inner space. Feels like you're starting to tap into your sacral chakra. You also have the Hermit. Yep, makes sense. You have the Three of Discs, which is interesting because it's like working together, finding those right people, finding if it's soul family, right? Or if it's a person, like a connection you're destined to meet, whatever you believe, like that's how it's just feeling. Right, and you have the Nine of Swords. I feel like straight away, these two, it's not like they cancel each other out, but I feel like once you go within and ground your energy in, especially with the three, maybe by talking to people and expressing your feelings, I feel like this will be much easier because it's like it's almost like needing to end a cycle with somebody, a relationship. Not necessarily end the relationship unless it is toxic, then end it, right? You don't have time to baby or look after someone that's not there to look after themselves, right? You can only do as much as you can. But if you're not feeling like you're getting cared for and you're starting to build up walls instead of having good boundaries, then it's time to review. It's time to review that. So you're not feeling like you have too much going on, like too much responsibility, too many thoughts, too many things that just don't feel right. But I do want to read this porcupine, so I'm just going to grab that. Okay, so I'm going to read this one. It says, are you feeling prickly and defensive lately, and assuming you will be hurt before you have seen any sign of such reaction is called for? Perhaps an old sense of guilt and shame is causing you to be cynical and wary when you're meant to be open and curious. Yeah, it's definitely touching on that kind of energy, right? Like is that how you're feeling? Are you not getting that care and support you feel you deserve? It just keeps touching on it because it's like emotional. This feels like maybe this was the past, right? Or you're going through this now to get this prosperity. Because in prosperity and enlightenment, you're really understanding like what you deserve, what you feel what support really is, instead of this fake kind of narrative of what you think it should be. Or what you're told it is, what support is. It's like, oh, no, I have to do this. I can't, be there for you. It's like, it doesn't take long to have like a nice touch or conversation, a review, or, not a review exactly. I say that because me and my partner sometimes have, but we don't call it a relationship review, but we'll have, deep conversations. Not every day because we don't have that much time. But like we have, deep conversations to see and check in, like where we're at. And it really helps us, both of us, to grow and to understand each other and flourish as a couple. Okay, so this is also talking about remember your innocence, you will see what you have been overlooking. Porcupine quills are filled with air, allowing a porcupine to float in water. Oh, which is so interesting because water's right there. Now is the time to let your innocent nature keep you buoyant. It does feel like getting back to your true self, like almost your childlike. It's not child, it's not. It doesn't feel like necessarily inner child, but it does feel like who you remember who you were when you were younger, or just like when you had joy and happiness. And it's like understanding like what's the truth, right? Sometimes we fluff up or zhuzh the past to make it look better than where we are now, to kind of lower ourselves. That's not the point. It's really to, it's like, oh, I was like this. I did have these aspects. I'm going to pull this into right now because those are aspects that I enjoyed and loved about myself. So why can't I have those? Maybe this is why this person on top of here is like, no, this tower has become wobbly, right? I've become kind of wobbly. I need to jump off, rebuild, and get back on. And have the support from the people that are, match my energy that are in my life, because that's how I can get real prosperity in my life. It's not money. This is just how it's coming through, so take it or leave it. But it's not money that's going to make me happy. It's care and self-belief and, etc., etc., and support from others as well. But for me to really look at what do I believe in as self-acceptance? What do I believe in as self-love? What's important to me? Who's important to me? Etc., etc. You got the time to go within to be able to get to that understanding, and then come out and, not be so defensive, I want to say, with the porcupine. Just to let it flow, like float on water, float with the water through this, because it doesn't have to be as challenging as how you may feel or think. Like, it's not devaluing your feelings, because you feel how you feel, right? But it's just to help understand what's the root cause of these feelings. Where does it all stem from? How can I get out of this mindset? Am I getting in touch with my inner, like, I don't know how to word it, but it's like inner sensualness, inner care and self, like, love, and it's like sensuality, sexuality, that kind of the feeling there. And not in like a, just a dirty way or whatever. It's not dirty, but you know what I mean? That kind of way. It's more of like in a radiant kind of way that gives me energy and power, because the sacral is like, it feels like the power center, the drive within. I want to know more about this enlightenment. So I'm going to take some more cards from the Real Talk Tarot. So can I get some more information on the enlightenment card for pile number 3, please? Okay. So you have the King of Cups. Yeah, you're getting... Okay, so the enlightenment is getting into this King of Cups. Like, this is a really cool one because he's just chilling, right? He's just chilling on a river, on a toilet, it looks like, or on like a board with a chili bin. They probably call them different things, eskies in Australia, chili bin in New Zealand, and I don't know what they call them anywhere, but you know what I mean, just the ice box, or maybe that's what they say in other countries. Okay, and I'm feeling this one. Four of Pentacles, like, it's security. It's really interesting because it's almost like, hey, your enlightenment is going to be an opportunity to have stable emotions, and also or. So it's like either this, it's not either this or this, it's like both. Or do you want to, like, you have the opportunity to go for one or the other first? Like, you know what I mean? Do you want financial security and security, which is important, right? And also emotional stability is important. You can really go for both. It just feels like it's up to you. Like, how do you want to move through this? What's important to you right now? Financial security, or is it stable emotions? This kind of like feeling. It's a fencing too, so it's not like anyone's going to get hurt. It does feel like no one's going to get hurt necessarily, but it's to stop you from being so defensive or feeling like you have to be protected. So it's really interesting. It feels very internal. Okay, I'm just going to move these here and have a look if there's any more. Yeah, I believe this is the prosperity too. Like, this is part of the prosperity and this is part of here, but it's going to mean you make the decision of how you move forward and own that choice. Whatever's right for you, I feel like there's great opportunities coming up for you. Okay, and that's exactly what I see in your reading today, pile number 3. So if you've enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any content. Otherwise, please take care of yourself, and I will see you in the next reading. Hello, par number 4. So welcome to your reading. So you're the one that has chosen titanium rainbow quartz. I thought this was really interesting because the rest of them felt very clear and blue and flowy, and then bam, we get a pop of color. So it's really cool. You have awakening all chakras, ultimate manifestation, vibrancy, and powerful shift. So we'll see how this comes into your reading. So remember, this is a message from your guides that you may have missed, or just they want to reiterate, let's say. So you have self-sabotage. It talks about when you learn to get out of your own way, there will be no stopping you. Most of the time, it's not others who prevent you from achieving your true goals. It's that inner voice that derails those carefully woven plans. Really interesting, because sometimes we're like, trust your intuition, trust your intuition. But if you feel like your intuition is telling you something that's not true, then you can doubt it and then think about it over and over again, and that turns into this kind of self-sabotage situation. Ooh, okay. This is interesting. It was reversed. Butterfly spirit with transformation is beautiful. It does feel like you are going through this, like a powerful shift. Feels like a change, but it feels scary. Like it's it's scary. Like it's a change. So it's not always, people don't always like change, but it's something good. Like I do feel like this is good. Number 11 too. Like it's meant to be. You also have Palladian activation with coming together, harmony in heaven, and resolution. Yeah, things are starting to clear up. For some of you, I feel like it's this kind of energy, this clarity, and like, okay, I can do this. I'm strong. I can do this. But other people, it might be something different. We'll have a look. Okay. You've got dragon with power. Yeah, you've got a inner soul fire, let's say, or inner your sacral's like charged. So you've got the energy and power to start waking up and really going for this, because this transformation feels like you have to be on board for it. Great, and you also have abundance. Okay. So let's have a look at your tarot. You have the Three of Swords. Okay. Straight away, I'm just getting with self-sabotage. This might be for some of you from a really old relationship. It's like something that was maybe even like 10 years ago. Maybe more recent, right? But like old, that still stops you from moving forward or accepting the change. What's done is done, and to start getting back into your life. Like you've got the energy, you deserve the best, right? You've deserved the good stuff, so you can let go and start healing. It's okay. Okay, 10 of Pentacles, right? Abundance. It's for the best for this transformation, this change. You also have the Fool. It's like a new way of feeling and thinking. Okay, and you have the Hierophant. Starting to build good boundaries again. That's really how this is feeling. It's like, and it feels like a new start, right? You're getting your energy back because you already got the power card. You've got the ability and strength to do this change, to break this cycle or whatever is occurring. I'm going to read the Butterfly Spirit. Just so you know as well, the song playing, because I listen to music while I do this, it just helps me vibe and flow, is called Weight of the World. So like while I'm saying all this, I'm not saying that you aren't, you haven't gone through a lot, right? You haven't been through, I'm not saying you haven't been through challenges. You definitely have. Everyone has, right? But you don't want you to be the thing that causes you not to move forward. Okay, so I just want to read this to you because I feel like this is in line with the self-sabotage card. So it says, transformation does not have to be traumatic or dramatic, as things may seem right now. Remember, change is only true as the only true constant. When you resist it, you create a tension within you as you refuse to accept the inevitable. In this moment, you might have forgotten the beauty and joy of life as it moves through its seasons, as nature dictates. You are being faced with a choice now. You can struggle with the current conditions, refusing to surrender and see through the lens of lack and loss, or you can surrender to the grace that is calling you to allow life to take its course, moving through the sadness and disappointment. That's so true, and it's talking about surrender to to surrender and bask in the gratitude and see through the lens of curiosity. It's like new things, new beginnings. But like they're saying, they're not saying that you shouldn't process or deal with your feelings or feel your feelings, right? You should, of course you should. But it's time to move through it so that you can continue living the life that you want to live. Like, you deserve this. You deserve this beginning, this abundance. Look at all this. It's like just like not just physical, right? It's emotional and peace. Like, this feels like peace in some way. It's like the keys to understanding, to get back into your like spiritual space, whether that's religion or spirituality or whatever. It's your life. You choose this. Reclaim your power. I do like the resolution. It's like the resolution might have already been done. So like I know I keep going back to a relationship, but if it was a relationship that's ended, right, that's done. So now it's like that's resolved physically, but sometimes it's hard to release it mentally, right? But everything keeps changing, like the seasons, like the butterfly spirit was saying, things keep continually changing. And I feel like you chose this because you are this like vibrant character or person, and you deserve to live and go towards what you're dreaming, not to be stuck in a situation in your present or past. I really like this because it does feel like when I was talking about boundaries, it's also talking about what traditions do you want to start implementing in your life, like self-care traditions, or telling yourself how much you care about yourself in the mirror, something like that as well. It's really seeking the meaning of where you want to be and who you want to be seen as, and beginning that journey to what the new stuff that comes into your life, the fresh new beginnings. It's not from like a super strong active like push. It's more from letting it flow in. And sometimes the full card, right? There's the taking the leap of faith or whatever. It doesn't have to be actually a physical leap. Sometimes it can be a release and then a flow, and you don't have to like push. You just let the river take you to your next destination. But that does come with your decisions and the feelings and thoughts that you decide to drop, take, surrender, release, whatever this feels right to you with the transformation, letting that transformation occur. Because while it says harmony in heaven, it's going to be like harmonious. It feels like your higher self. This is just for some of you, but it does feel like your higher self is saying, okay, I'm on board. I'm ready to release this. I'm not going to hold on to this anymore. And so they're trying to get you to get on board too, because you're both like, you might be one, but you both have to work in tandem and communicate, in a subconscious way, let's say. So if you're both ready, if you're ready physically, like I feel like your higher self is ready. They're not going to rush you. They have their own kind of like things they do, right? But I feel like they're ready. And so when you're ready, they're ready. I feel like pulling some cards just for it. I don't know why, but just like how does this transfer? How do I do this transformation? How do I release? I feel like some of you are asking, so I'm just going to pull some cards for you, Pile 4. So how can we do this transformation? Okay, this one wants to come out, but I'm getting these two as well. Okay, let's take a look at your cards. Oh, so you have the Devil card. Yeah, it's about choosing to detach and let go. Like, it's so interesting because it's talking about like the time management, the messages you've got, what you're trying to do, what you want to get. Also debt. It's just interesting here. You've got the 3 of Pentacles, which is interesting because there's coming together. So talking to people about it, being on the same page as the people around you, friends, family, opening up where you need to, just saying, sometimes just releasing it and being like, you know what, my ex, like, I feel like, did XYZ and I still have these feelings. I might not want them back, but I want to release these feelings and I'm sick of it. And you just yell it out or just talk it out or scream or, whatever. And, safely. Don't just start yelling in public or whatever, but, in a safe space. Yeah, so you can change that mindset, pinpoint what the root, the core of the issue with the apple is, like the core. What really is holding you back? So you can get into this energy. I love it because it's like this is like the benefits, right? But also it's showing, it's like illumination on the core of the issue. Talking it out with friends, understanding what's holding you back with the devil card. What is keeping you chained up? What's holding you? Is it everyday life? Sometimes it's like we don't want to deal with stuff because we purposely or subconsciously, let's say, make sure we're super busy. We're going out on dates or we're going to like meetings or whatever. We've got the gym. We've got this, that, and the other because we don't want to deal with what's really holding us back. And it's time to take a seat, think about it, understand it, talk to people if you need to, especially with these two cards, because you deserve like better. You deserve to, one, treat yourself better, and you deserve better in your life. Is how it's coming through. Okay, and I'm going to leave your read there. So thank you very much for letting me read for you today, pile number 4. It's really interesting. Good luck with everything that goes through. You do have the strength and power. Like, power does seem strong. You're a strong person, right? So don't let your strength be something that you fight yourself with. Okay, I'll leave it there. But thank you very much for being here. If you've enjoyed, please give me a thumbs up and subscribe so you don't miss any content. Otherwise, take care of yourself and I'll see you in the next reading.